The internet never fails to amaze me. So I made a video talking about how I'm not interested in approaching women anymore because of the potential consequences, and I'm still getting some type of backlash from that. You got people saying, oh, you might just be unattractive. Me personally, I don't think that I'm unattractive, but it's okay if I'm not attractive to that specific woman. You got people also saying it's the approach. And my thing is, how else are you supposed to approach someone? I simply said, hey, how are you? A simple, respectful, gentle way of approaching someone. A simple indication to let you know that I don't mean any harm. This one lady in the comment section said that I was gay and that I'm teaching other men to mistreat women. How does not approaching women mean that I'm mistreating them? What? And then you got people saying, oh, you probably just don't got no game. How don't I have game if I'm choosing not to approach these people? Just because, say for example, if LeBron James retired from basketball, does that mean he's trash? And then you got people trying to talk about my glasses, trying to say that these are women's frames. My thing is, bro, Malcolm X had these literal exact same frames and nobody said a word about it. Like, bro, God forbid a person can't see, or you need to go get some entirely new frames so that you can talk to girls. Shut the up, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I've seen women's frames. If you think these are women's frames, you're a Nimrod. And then from my experience, keyword my experience, I don't hear too many women say that they don't like glasses. If anything, they find glasses attractive. That's just from my perspective. I had a point in life where I just downright didn't wear my glasses, knowing that I needed them, and girls would still tell me, you look cute with your glasses. I think you should wear your glasses more. These days, bro, I'm not wearing my glasses because women have told me that I look more handsome in glasses. I'm simply wearing my glasses because I need them, and I'm not finna walk around here squinting. But that's besides the point. And then y'all acting like it's not other ways to get women. I say all the time, if you want to get women, put yourself in position to where you can meet women, like hobbies, school, work. That way you can consistently see these people and they can get to know you instead of you just being a stranger walking up to them trying to get their number. It's crazy because y'all making it seem like I don't get women. My thing is, don't make assumptions about people you don't know. I have no problem getting women. I'm just more interested in messing with the women that want to mess with me. And it's crazy when I say this, a lot of people are going to assume that I think that I'm all that. And you may not agree with this, but I've been told that I'm decently attractive and I have a very attractive personality. I'm not lacking in the women department. I'm just going about it at a different angle. Apparently, it's a crime to say I believe in mutual interest now.
After building a career on making men think that she cared about them just to reach 1 million followers, turn around and say, you men, I actually don't like you at all. This has now garnered 8 million man-hating women, because that's just all of her content. Well, she popped out with a man. She got engaged, and now she's shocked and dazed and confused as to why her giant following of man-hating women aren't with her fiance. Why they're all on her now. I'm sorry, you built an entire following on women who are bitter, angry, and lonely, and then you're wondering why they're not clapping for you now that you're no longer bitter, angry, and lonely? Also, can we just call out the men who date man-haters like Drew Afalo for like what they actually are, which is just cucks. Like, you're the biggest cuck. You know that your woman despises your entire gender and you think that you're good enough? You think you're different? This is like when girls date misogynists and they're like, yeah, he hates women, but I'm special. You're not special. You're an idiot. Congratulations. Hating on men for your entire career has done one of two things. Actually, both things. Number one, they've made the man-haters hate your husband, and they've made the women who don't even hate men hate your husband, because how desperate do you have to be with somebody like her? This relationship isn't gonna last. I don't think they're even gonna make it to marriage, and if they do, they will get divorced. This is my prediction right now.
I'm a woman. What you say?
I said women don't like dudes who got their own, who don't need them. They rather deal with men who are not that intellectually aggressive, who gonna let them say what they want and do what they want. They rather deal with a man like, not saying you like that, but most women out here don't want to deal with a man who gonna say, baby, nah, don't wear that. Nah, baby, don't talk like that. They don't really want to deal with that. They rather deal with a dude who let them say and do whatever they want to do. And they think if a man be a man, he's toxic.
So my question was, do you with a real woman?
Let me answer that question.
And the reason why I asked
is
because if you with a real woman, she's going to agree with you. Hey, maybe I shouldn't step outside wearing this,
I respect that,
this
baby.
nasty ass shit.
Let me answer that. This is the problem. The real woman is standing too close to the hose, so we don't know the difference until we start talking to y'all. No, listen. I met a lot of women. It don't mean, I don't care if they from the hood. I don't care if they got two parents. Their interests are the same. It's like right now, right? If you see 10 lions coming down the street, are you going to try to figure out which lion going to bite your ass or not? You're going to be like them 10 lions. So unfortunately, the real woman agree with too much these on, so we don't know the difference.
How is it that I look like this today, yet no man wants me to be his girlfriend?
Is this a serious question? Because women just went from saying they rather pick a bear over a man. So why the hell would men approach you or even look in your direction? But not only that, so many women have taught men over the years that all men are real, so the good men of the world gave up. And it's so funny because women will constantly say that men don't listen, but now that men are listening, y'all are wondering where the good guys are at, why they don't approach you anymore, and why men are just simply not interested. And why the would they be interested? They don't know if they're going to be the next subject of all men are trash content on social media. They don't know if they're going to be accused of doing something they didn't do. They don't know if they're going to be used for dates. They don't know if they're going to be manipulated and then called a narcissist. And in this particular video, she's also asking why didn't they approach her because she looks the way that she looks. But the bottom line is most women are basic. There's nothing special to them. We all look the freaking same. So yeah, you actually have to come with more than just your looks. You actually need a personality nowadays too. Goodbye.
So it's been brought to my attention that men no longer want to come up to women anymore due to allegations, women being just so rude and disrespectful, and rejection. I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know men didn't want to come up to women anymore. I'm barely finding this out.
So all the men from my previous post saying that they have found peace by being alone and they're not trying to date because they just want peace. Are you trying to say that we don't bring peace to your life?
Oh, they didn't try to say anything. They flat out said that they'd rather be by themselves and peaceful than to be with some of the women that are available out there.
I have to disagree.
Of course there would be some women that have to disagree with that statement because they simply cannot bring themselves to believe that many men, especially after seeing what's out there in the dating market, would rather be single, and they're actually happier being so.
I do not think that if a woman that you so desired was available to you, you would choose peace over commitment, good meals with conversation, and things like that. So I'm going to call your bluff.
Some women simply don't get it. Because none of those things that were listed are actually what brings a man peace in a relationship. And if we're being really honest with ourselves, most men can get all of those perks of being in a relationship without actually being in one. So quite frankly, ladies, some of you are going to have to start accepting that men can be happy by themselves. I know that comes as a surprise.
There's one thing that drains a man faster than anything else in a relationship, and most women do it every single day without realizing. It's not about what you're saying. It's how you're saying it. The tone of voice. A lot of women don't realize they've stopped using that soft, warm voice with their man. Everything comes out sharp. Complaining about this, nagging about that, bringing up what he didn't do. When was the last time you said something genuinely positive? Not sarcastic, not backhanded, just appreciative. Most of the time, it's 90% critical and maybe 10% positive, if that. And then we wonder why he seems distant or checked out. That constant negativity. It's draining. Every man needs a place where he feels safe, respected, and welcomed, not spoken to. Like he's already failed before he even tries. Because when a man feels valued, he naturally gives more, loves harder, and shows up better. And it brings out the version of him you always wanted. Your man craves your softness, your warmth. He needs to feel like you actually like him.
And, to the point that Sarah was talking about, you actually have to come with something more than just your looks. It's crazy that modern women think, they really, truly, honestly think that guys have to evolve And by evolve, they have to evolve to my standards. I mean, you have to do what I would want you to do. You have to act how I would want you to act. Say what I want you to say, the whole 9 yards. But for me, I can say as I am. I can do pretty much what I want to do. I don't have to really, I've always been the prize. I've always been so far advanced and so far ahead of you. You're just stronger than I am, so you've been able to hold me down. But now that we as a collective, because they really think it was them by themselves, we as a collective, we women, we're so powerful, we came together and we demanded and we fought and we did this, and this. Okay. I mean, I guess if that's what y'all think, then that's what you think. But whatever. Just stop acting stupid. I think that's it. And maybe you'll start getting approached.
Women are revealing themselves all over the place. So the last 2 posts I made, if you didn't see them, check them out. The first one was about women becoming accidentally childless because we're too picky. And then I posted about my husband saying that my boobs used to be amazing and me not getting angry and just like, yeah, that's the truth. They used to be amazing. Now they're less amazing. And I just am getting responses from women saying like, we feel like you settled. We feel concerned. We feel like surrender is, we want to hear about how life is so amazing and loving and you're worshipped, and we want to hear the love story. This is why we're single. Oh, my car is beeping at me. We are so unlogical. And I know unlogical is not a word. We are not logical. We get to co-create with God. We get to have a family. We get to be a mother. But that takes surrender. It's not settling. It's surrendering. It's seeing relationship as pathway to intimacy with God and intimacy with your husband. What are we doing? How many of your friends are accidentally childless? How many of your loved ones are completely alone, seeking connection, seeking love, and they are not experiencing love because we're too picky, because we're finicky, because we don't know how to surrender, because we don't know how to say, life is the way that life is, and I'm going to be great with it however it is. We're not good at that. Women are sold a fairy tale, a fantasy from Disney and everywhere else, and I want to tell you, there is a God-sized, family-sized hole in your heart, and you cannot fill it with any amount of clicks, any amount of views, anything except for God and family. And to have that, you need to surrender to a relationship. So I'm going to double down on what I'm saying. It's not settling. It's choosing. You women out there are allowing your entire lineage to end with you. People toiled and slaved and worked and farmed for you to exist, thousands of them, and you are going to let it end with you because you are just so picky? Stop it. Get married. Surrender. Love.
Harsh truth about women. Just remember that broke women want men to take care of them because they can't take care of themselves. Remember that newly found religious women have just finished their hoe phase and now they want to settle down and use their manipulation through religion to control you. Insecure women want men that they can control, manipulate, and use. Broke women are always the loudest about men that can't provide because they cannot provide for themselves. Women who want nothing in a relationship lack ambition, which means she will likely every single one of your dreams or ideas that you've ever had. Remember that women that want control, if you have children with them, will also control you through your children. A wounded woman is a woman looking for a father figure because she grew up either with a dad or fatherless. A woman who never respects you will always cheat on you, and there is no exception to this rule. Women that believe that men cannot bring peace, it's because they cannot bring peace themselves. So it actually makes them anxiety driven and insecure about their abilities to bring you peace. So she'll likely bring you chaos.
Okay, listen, this is just a reminder that men are disgusting and they do not care about half the shit that you think that they care about. They do not care about the little things that you obsess over in your head.
We barely talked all day, and then I texted him. I was like, "Hey, do you want to call?" And he just goes, "Can't." And I said, "Okay, we're good, right?" And he just said yes. And then he didn't snap me or anything for like 4 hours, and I just sent him a snap asking if he wanted to like see what I was painting, because I'm painting. I was like, "Hey, you want to see what I painted?" And he just left it on open. Like, I'm not forcing you to date me. You don't have to be with me, okay? Just tell me so I'm not like wasting my time anymore.
You don't get it. There is a darkness inside of me. It wants to get out, wants to walk around. It wants some walking around money, and it wants to buy some shoes, and it wants to walk up with the people and say, "Hey, Gator don't play no shit." You feel me? Gator never been about that. Never been about playing no shit.
You want to know something that most women aren't ready to hear? Modern feminism is chivalry.
I don't think they care.
Modern feminism has shifted from seeking equality to promoting superiority and resentment towards men, framing men as oppressors rather than partners and equals. With the birth of modern feminism, there came the birth of the girl boss, I don't need a man. Chivalry was never meant to make women look weak. It was made to create a culture of mutual respect where men acted honorably towards women and acknowledged their virtue and grace. Modern feminism, by demanding sameness instead of equality, has blurred those lines. In trying to erase gender differences, it's erased the gestures that celebrate them. The result of this is now we have an entire generation of men who are not willing to honor, pursue, or protect women. We have this entire generation of men who just want to hook up on the first date, who have no respect for women, who don't hold open the door, who don't buy flowers, and it is because of modern feminism. Not only that, but it is also a result of weak men. There's a reason that our grandparents have the cutest love stories where the men pursued the women and they didn't have sex until they were married, and they respected and honored each other. And now we are seeing the result of the crash and burn of modern feminism, and unfortunately it is affecting a lot of women looking for life partners and a lot of men looking for life partners. Feminism is great. The idea of feminism is great to promote equality, but it has evolved into something that is toxic and dangerous to our society.
Is that men don't want a good woman, they want a woman that makes them feel good. And you're going to say, what are you talking about? Men don't actually want a good woman on paper. They don't want you to make good money. They don't want you to be educated. They don't want you to have great credit. They don't want you to have a good body. They don't want you to cook. They don't want you to clean. They don't want any of that. They don't want a quote unquote good woman, because then it forces them to rise to the occasion because you already have all of those things. So now he feels pressure. Now he feels unworthy. Now he feels insecure. And he also knows that a good woman is going to leave him. And so every day he sits there and he has a fear that another man is going to come and steal you from him. So then he goes and he acts weird to you and he cheats on you. When I say that men want a woman that makes them feel good, they want a woman who they feel superior over. They want a woman who they make more money than. They want a woman who they feel like they're doing better than. They want a woman that they're like, who's going to want this fat, ugly, stretch marks with kids? No one's going to want you. But that's why they want.
I have two main points to make on this one, and that is one, a man does not think that a woman needs to have a good credit score, a high education like a master's or doctorate's degree, or make a bunch of money in order to be a good woman. I mean, those are things that make her a responsible woman and an educated woman. It's kind of like an added bonus, but that is not what men want the most. Secondly, I know for sure that a man wants to be able to show off the woman that he's with. So no, he does not want to be with the woman that he thinks is fat and ugly. I honestly just think that it's weird to think that.
If a man said these things I'm about to say, he'd be crucified. But I'm a woman, so let's talk. All you hear about is toxic masculinity, but what about toxic femininity? It gets glamorized. Modern feminism has taught women to be exactly everything that they hate in men. Emotionally unavailable, selfish, prideful, lack of accountability. I mean, y'all already know accountability is like a woman's kryptonite. And I could say that wholeheartedly because I've been that woman. Men are taught, step up, be leaders, be men, be protectors, be providers. And then it's like women are told you deserve more, no matter how you act. I mean, we say we want accountability, unless it's only for men. And if the woman's the problem, we just call it trauma. Be patient with her. It's trauma. If a man is considered the problem, we call it a... No, I'm not saying some of that is not true in some cases, so don't flip my word. And I'm sorry, ladies, but the toxic dating culture is not trash because of men. It's trash because people nowadays lack conviction. They lack integrity. I mean, y'all wanted equality until it came with consequences. Y'all have a blessed day. Jesus is king.
And really what Haley was talking about, that's the long and short of it. You have a lot of ladies out here, not all women, but you do have a lot of ladies out here that they are for a lot of things that benefit them. And of course, you know, as a person, as people in general, we're usually selfish about the things that we want. We're usually selfish about, oh, well, you know, if it don't benefit me, and you know, you don't want to feel bad, you don't want to sacrifice and all that stuff. So if it don't benefit me, then I don't want to do it, right? Everybody has that little piece in them, or in some pieces, some people it's a big piece in them. But at some point in time, you're going to have to say, okay, I got to get myself out of the way. I got to let them go first. I got to try to see if I can brighten their day. I have to see if I can encourage them. I have to see if I can be their rock. And I think that's where the disconnect is coming from in most of these relationships, at least from the man's side. That's what they're talking about when they say, there's no reciprocity. I don't feel like I'm getting anything. At least I'm not getting anything back. I give her this type of stuff, and I give her this, and she don't really, I don't get it back. And so I don't really see the great thing or the positive thing about relationships. Yeah, I think she's beautiful. She has some nice qualities, but I never get anything back.
So ladies, if you're not showing the behaviors of a wife before the man puts a ring on your finger, then why would he want to put a ring on your finger? I hear so many women on the internet, in person, talk about, oh, well, I'm not doing all that because I'm not a wife. I'm not going to cook for him during the dating phase because I'm not a wife. I'm not going to support him during the dating phase because I'm not a wife. I'm not going to take him out on a date even though he done took me on 10 dates and paid for him because I'm not a wife. But what you don't realize is that during the dating phase, the talking phase, the relationship phase is when a man actually determines if you have the qualities of a wife. So if you're showing him that you're not a wife during these phases, then guess what? You're not going to get the ring. Because here's man's logic, because women's logic be dumb, right? Man's logic is, if she's not showing me wife qualities before the ring, why would a ring then suddenly make her want to start being a wife? You're either a wife or you're not. So some of y'all want to be married, but y'all be holding y'all own selves back because y'all stubborn in these messed up mindsets that literally make no sense. If you want to be a wife, you need to be a wife in training during the dating and relationship phase. Okay?
You have lost your way, and I understand you were raised by single parent moms. That's why we get on the women for having all of these children, and they won't stop having these children without fathers. How do you guys think we learn how to become men? We don't crawl out of the vajayjay and just instantly know how to be something as complex as a man. We need our tutor, which is our fathers. That's who teaches us the do's and don'ts of the world, structure, and the discipline that we adhere to throughout our journey of life. But if you don't give us that, we will be messed up. And a lot of men are messed up. So I'm going to say this to the fellas. Women looked at our grandfathers and our uncles like superheroes. Because when something wasn't working right, granddaddy walked outside. I don't care if he come back in an hour or two later. That thing is working now. All that money they got to work on that stuff. And the woman was able to sit back and they're like, that is my man. He did that.
Right.
If you guys aren't giving women anything to be in adoration of, if you guys aren't giving women anything to be able to brag about, from you to her friends, you're in trouble. I'm not saying that gives her a reason to have an affair, but I'm telling you, women need to look up to their man. And if you're doing the same things that she can do, let me call the garage door repair people, babe. I mean, you didn't even try to go out there and see if you could fix.
Men, I have a question for you. What do you bring to the table? Yeah.
Well, that's always a fun question. Although I'm not exactly sure why some women seem to view it as a gotcha moment.
You want to ask girls all the time, well, what do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? Because I'm sure as we all bring a lot more to the table than you do.
If by we they mean women in general bring more to the table than men, then generally women shouldn't have a problem answering that question then, should they?
The amount of men I've dealt with this last year, I hate men.
I'm shocked to hear that. Really? They seem so open-minded.
I love arguing with men. I love it so much. It's my favorite pastime because they're all so stupid. The more men I have to deal with, I'm just like, oh my god, you're a idiot. You're a princess.
This'll be fun.
Like, you want to be interviewed. You want us to ask the questions. You don't want to do any work. You want us to travel to see. You want us to pay for things. Anything else, princess? Do you need one of my tampons out of my purse too? Like, oh my god, you're annoying.
Who else noticed? It happens quite often, but I don't think they actually picked up on what they were doing. See, a lot of individuals, especially those that don't like men, when they try to make men look bad, they attribute characteristics that are stereotypically applied to women to men to make them look unintelligent and weak. So what does that really say about their opinion about women?
We as women definitely have a double standard. And it's not fun to admit. It's not fun to see, but it's there. We really do expect perfect delivery, perfect tone. We expect him to show up exactly as we want him to, just so we feel emotionally safe and stable, so we don't get uncomfortable. But the reality is we don't hold ourselves to the same standard. We want him to have all kinds of room and grace when we don't show up perfectly. That's our expectation. He needs to be a strong pillar, a mountain that can handle all of our imperfections and our moods. We want it to be water off a duck's back. No problem, baby. I love you. Come here. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the reality is we're not going to get it if we don't hold ourselves to the same standard as we expect from him. It just doesn't work that way. And we cling so hard to prove that it does. We're always scanning for every little detail, every little fact that points out that, oh, he doesn't love us enough. Oh, he doesn't respect us in the ways that we need, that we deserve as a woman. And I'm not trying to let him off the hook. I'm just trying to point out that we as women absolutely have a double standard here. And until we really own that and create more space within us to hold ourselves accountable to the very thing that we expect from him, our relationships will not thrive and we will not get what we want from him because he's going to self-protect. And then we're going to blame him for the self-protection.
My homegirl sent me a post that basically states that black men are the worst men to date and they are not romantic.
Now, ladies, I want you to take this video as a lesson of what men will do when they simply don't like you.
They treat being romantic like a crime.
Being romantic is not a crime. These men are just not romantic for women they don't think are worth it. Sorry.
You can see a lot of black men result into other races because they feel like black women are so mouthy because we stand up for ourselves and we have confidence in ourselves.
See, now not only are you putting down black men in this video, you are now stepping on every other race of women because apparently black women are the only ones that stand up for ourselves in relationships and demand respect. Is that the take you want to have?
And all we be asking for is simple respect that can't even be given. They think that it needs to be earned.
And this really is my final straw because you're dealing with a man that doesn't respect you. That means he doesn't like you. He just doesn't like you. Stop dealing with men that don't like you. They might want to sleep with you, but that doesn't mean that they like you. If they refuse to be romantic, if they refuse to respect you, if they think that all of this has to be earned, they just don't like you. Try someone else. I don't know.
I'ma squeeze y'all hand real tight when I say this.
Okay.
Single mothers don't give a if you want them or not.
I don't know about that, but let's hear you out.
I be seeing videos. I saw a female. First of all, you females, you hoes that listen to men talk so much stupid that then went on in y'all blood cycle. It is circulated in y'all head.
All these men are saying is that they have a preference and y'all are mad. I see women on the internet constantly saying the most fiendish, and y'all will agree with them all day long. But the moment a guy says, I have standards, it's a problem. If they don't want to date single mothers, so what? She's gonna ask, have you tried taking a single mother out on a date? They don't want to. So why would they even try? Single moms are always mothering. No, they aren't. They're always on the internet talking about why don't men want them because they have a child.
Man, you got to protect yourself out there. There's a lot of miserable, unhealed women out here who will cause havoc.
To start lying to men, and you need to be batshit crazy. And I am very sorry, but if you are someone that is all about ethics and you don't want to lie to a man and you want to be a good woman, hey, I commend you for that, but I'm very, very sorry. My account is not the account for you. I'm very sorry to say that. I am all about scheming, bullshitting, saying or doing or anything to get what I want. I mean, I come up with the wildest scenarios to tell these men, and it works for me. If you are someone that is interested in having the same experiences that I talk about on my account, then you should probably start implementing some of the same things that I do.
Now, I pulled the video back up because I want to show you. This is an average woman at best. Maybe a little bit lower. If she got all dolled up, maybe she'll be... Nah, she's average. But if you have women like that speaking out, saying that she wants to basically hurt men, she's scheming, she's conniving, she's doing anything to get exactly what she wants. Just imagine the pretty women. Like, the pretty woman can pull that off, right? Her average is doing that to men. Subpar men, I guess. Like, you can tell a man hurt her and damaged her, like, violated. She probably fell in love with a dude and, like, graced her. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying, like, she didn't heal. So whatever happened to her, she wants to do to somebody else. So, men, let that be a lesson, because women are not afraid of speaking out about hurting you. Identify the signs. Don't fall in love too quickly. You know, take your time. Vetting process is very important. Identify if you're doing certain things, she's not reciprocating anything back. Cut your losses and leave, because she is not all that, and you can definitely do better.
So I think what's happening is this woman is, you know, when she gets all dolled up, right? Because let me see. Her hair is not bad, actually. And I think that might actually be her real hair. So it does look like, at least it's aesthetically, she does take care of herself, right? Which is good. Right? It's good. But, you know, at some point in time, your attitude, and that's what we keep on talking about, your attitude has to take a back seat. It is not going to work in relationships. Modern women, you should be lying to men. You should be trying to scam men. You're going to meet your match one day. And that man is going to put you through the ringer, the ring of fire. And you're not going to know which way is up, which way is down. You're going to be upset, and you're going to want to swear off all men. But you guys keep on talking about manifesting. How come y'all don't understand when y'all do stuff like this, it's going to come back on you?
Women are way more selfish than men. Men do things for others. Women do things for themselves. And if a woman tells you she's doing it for her children, always look at a woman's actions, not her words. Don't believe a woman's words. Believe her actions. Because you can see if she's doing it for her children. If a woman says she's doing it for her children, she's not. She has to actually be doing it, not saying it. A woman who actually believes in something won't have to say it to prove it. She can just do it. That's the beauty of being a woman, right? You get to pick and choose when you are actually serious. So that's really what I wanted to get at. I wanted to explain the perspective of how men selflessly built this world for selfish women. And we took this power of men doing everything for us, and now we're just like, double it. Because it's not like we're bored. We are bored, and we're creating more problems because we're bored. We've solved all of our problems.
What's your ideal first date?
I think it would be like a rooftop nice restaurant at the beach.
I think like a nice dinner. Like a nice
gym date.
She's valid? She's valid?
What do you guys think if like you and this guy met on the gram wherever, and he's like, yo, I would love to go get coffee with you Sunday morning. First date, that's the date. We're looking for not the first date. If you want to get to know him like that, like, I don't know. I mean, up to you. I just want to go to like a nice restaurant. Like, I'm high class. Coffee's like $5.
Problem with the money.
No, it's not that, but it's like if you get him used to like, hey, let's just go to coffees and be like, oh, she's the kind of girl who's okay with.
He's getting to know you.
You want to know me bad enough if you want to see me go get a $5 coffee.
People don't want to get to know you bad enough because they just want to have a conversation with you.
Okay, so the coffee is $100 because they just had a collab with The Weeknd. He just dropped coffee, and now the coffee's $100.
Okay.
Then probably yeah.
Ain't no way.
What if y'all wanted to go get matching tattoos? Wait, why are you hard, bro? I'm not hard, kid. Weird, kid. Gang, go over there. What are you doing?
What is that?
I'll be honest, man. When men and women aren't equal. I'm sorry if that hurts your little stupid ears. We're not equal. Because equal means the word same. We're not the same. In fact, that's my favorite thing about a woman, is that she's not a dude. Quit pretending we're the same. I don't walk around, I could have a baby if they'd let me. I can't. People try to make it, oh, we're equal. I want it to be equalized. No, you don't. When any one of you got a babysitter tonight, how many of you picked a dude? None of you. Not because you're sexist, but because you're not dumb. Because the baby would fall off the balcony and you'd be like, why was the baby on the balcony? He's like, I don't know, I came out to smoke. And you're like,
pay attention to this video.
I don't think women are built to deal with men's emotions.
But I handle yours.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. What do you mean?
I'm not saying you don't listen. That's not what I'm saying. A man is very afraid to share all of his emotions with his wife because there is a cost to it.
How so? What
if
cost?
I tell you that I'm scared or I'm nervous or something in the business has me shook, in the moment you might be like, hey, that's okay. But deep down inside, there's a part of you that starts to feel unsafe. And that shows up in different ways. It'll start to show up in the lack of connection. It'll start to show up in going to old patterns because you're trying to protect yourself. Sometimes I'm afraid to tell you if there's financial issues or the business isn't running the way it could be, because if I create scarcity or fear in you, then I also have to clear that up. It creates more work for me.
Yeah.
So sometimes I would rather not say anything at all. And this is why so many men just choose not to talk.
Oh man, here come all the bipolar, emotionally unstable women coming in my comments because of my previous post. I said what I said. Women are some of the biggest hypocrites. For example, there was a guy not too long ago on social media. He got custody of his 3 kids, right? And he posted a video online of him asking his baby mama for help. And she was like, no, you took me to court. You got them, so you handle them. All the women in the comments was like, that's right, girl. F them kids. Live your life. Not one of them was calling her a deadbeat. Not one of them was calling her names. They was telling her to go live her life. See, y'all are the ones that God had to unalive in that flood back in the day. Y'all are not conducive to the progression of this society. Y'all was reprobate back then, and y'all are still reprobate today. The difference is, he gonna use fire instead of flood this time.
Because all I do is care for our family and bust my off every day, but I don't get a thank you or nothing. I don't get anything. All these dishes, all the cleaning, all the extra work that I do, nothing. Because it's not your way. You control every situation in our lives. And I am fed up and done.
Sounds like an unappreciative man. Instead of recording, you should have been trying to console him. Baby, men like to be appreciated and feel loved too. In relationships, it's a two-way street. So stop always taking and not giving. Don't be like these internet blockheads and lose your relationship. Girl, go in there and check on your man, because he sound like he been complaining about this shit for a long time and you still on that bullshit. So go handle your business, baby girl.
A good man isn't soft. Mm-hmm. He is not convenient, and he sure is not always available for you. A real good man has discipline, right. He has boundaries, and he has priorities of his own that do not shift based on her mood. And guess what? He's not bending his values just because she's upset.
That's exactly
A
what I
good
was
man is not
thinking.
controlling. He creates the order. He doesn't want chaos, arguments, or drama. He wants respect, clarity, and peace.
Yeah.
And this is where women get it confused. When she's never met a mature man, she will mislabel everything. She'll call him cold because he doesn't
Narcissist.
tolerate any nonsense.
Yeah.
She'll call him selfish because he takes care of himself. And she'll call him narcissistic because he refuses to beg for approval.
Oh, yeah.
But that's not selfishness. That is maturity. A man who refuses to be drained, used, or manipulated. Good men do not move from insecurity. They move from conviction. They will not ever chase drama. They do not chase attention. And they sure as hell don't chase validation from women. They build, they lead, and provide structure. And here's a harsh truth. Most women aren't even ready for the responsibility that comes with being with a good man.
Right.
Because a good man isn't an emotional roller coaster. He is not unpredictable, and it's not a game. He is stable, extremely consistent, and has direction.
Right.
And for women addicted to chaos, wounded by the past relationships that they were in, or raised by dysfunction, stability feels boring until she loses it. A good man requires partnership. He requires respect and requires a woman who is emotionally regulated, not reckless with her emotions. That's why so many men get mislabeled. It's why mature men get misunderstood. But stay solid, because good men do not bend, they build, and the right woman will rise to meet with him.
Girls always be asking, do guys have aches? Do guys have aches? What do guys say? Seeing you run. And it's not even like it's an ick, but it's like, I'm worried about you. Why are you this slow? Why? You don't have nothing in the tank. You can't get angry and just run a little bit faster. What if somebody was chasing you? Oh my. I'm getting mad thinking about it. Like, oh. And then some girls can't jump. Whoa. Okay. But yeah, it kind of doesn't make sense. So that's when, like, if your boyfriend is asking you to, like, hit the gym randomly out of nowhere after you guys did a TikTok trend running, he's scared for you, worried, and you gave him the ick. Now you know.
Who do you think is more complicated, men or women?
Women.
It's about time. Finally, y'all admit it.
Because we're smart.
You're
You
smart.
guys aren't smart enough to be complicated.
Wouldn't the smart thing to not be complicated?
If you're stupid, you're super simple, no?
Isn't simple usually better?
No.
How, Sway?
You don't like complexity?
What?
No, you don't like complexity, you
If
like
something-
simplicity.
If things are too complicated, then it's like you're just making your life harder. Why not make things simple? Life's already hard.
Do you hate women?
No, wait, whoa. No. What makes you think that?
Well, you like simplicity more, no? Are you?
But I know I'm not, because I'm the most nice nigga of all the nice niggas in the whole universe.
And you know, you have to really meet women, these modern women, where they are, because they'll sit up in your face and they'll lie to you. Oh no, it's not about the money, it's about the principle. I want to be taken to a nice dinner. I'm not that type of woman. I'm high class. What makes you high class? What are you doing that makes you high class? And if a man can be the judge of that. I get to be the judge of that. Y'all don't want to give men any type of room or leeway to say, I know she likes me, or I know that she's trying to judge and see if I might be the one for her, but I'm not quite sure that she's the one for me. I'm not 100% sure of that. Y'all don't want to hear that. We're the prize. We don't think that men just come up here and they just give money. That's all they need to be doing. Right? And if there's something where, like he said, there's a collab with The Weeknd or any type of celebrity, and now the coffee's $100. Okay, yeah, we can go and get that. If it's expensive, that's only validating that I think that I'm expensive. Essentially, like you're instead of coming and trying to get to know somebody, you're negotiating. Well, if he gets used to that, I didn't say I got used to anything. Number one. Number two, just like you're communicating now, you could easily tell me, why don't we go here to this restaurant? And if he doesn't want to do it, maybe that's not the man for you. But even if you didn't want to go get coffee, why don't you go to a restaurant that's not as expensive, that's not going to break the bank? Why don't you do that? These modern women be acting like they living in mansions or something like that, man. stay in a 1-bedroom apartment.